Hello guys, I'm CBMF Productions. Today I'm here to discuss not just a bad film, but a so bad it's good film. Very few high caliber big budget films such as this one wind up into being an absolute train wreck, that you can't help but wonder how the hell this got past so many executive producers and writers and such. It's something that is very interesting to ponder. How something from the advertising just looks like some throwaway thriller ends up being a film that you want to discuss with people and you want people to watch just to see how the hell this got put together. And the film we'll be looking at, you probably already know from the title, it's Serenity from 2019. Not to be confused with the 2005 Joss Whedon Firefly film. Serenity is a film that perfectly encapsulates what I just described. This is a movie that goes so off the rails that it's hard to imagine how the script got greenlit and got such a good cast. I mean, you got Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, Diane Lane, Djimon Hounsou, Jason Clarke. These big named actors, and with all the scripts that are probably thrown their way 24/7, this is what they decided to do? Must have been a hell of a payday for them.
I like money.
Or they get bragging rights and say that they were in one of the best bad movies of the past 20 years. Usually you expect films like Sharknado 7 or video game movies or the latest film from Tommy Wiseau to suck, but films like these really do surprise me, of thinking you know exactly what it's going to be like and then it ends up being something completely different. And that word of mouth is really what drove me to watch it.
I'd give this movie a C-. If I'm gonna give it a Pope seal of approval, I'm gonna give it an A+ for how damn crazy and how much fun I have with this film. I'm gonna end up buying this on Blu-ray just to enjoy the hell out of it to myself and just show people how crazy this movie was.
I just had to cover 2019 Serenity, which arguably has the worst movie twist of all time in it.
If you love so bad that it's good humor, then you can't afford to miss this one because it's definitely up there. And I'm giving this one a 2 out of 10.
And now it feels like I'm in the ring passing on this videotape to show as many people as I possibly can. But before we get into the film, let me just tell you a little bit of backstory. The film was written and directed by Stephen Knight, which apart from a couple of his early credits, has mostly written mediocre movies. And the only thing he's written since this film has been Locked Down. You know, the movie that's capitalizing off a virus that has killed hundreds of thousands of people in the US and millions of people worldwide. No, not that one. But anyways, the film was shot in 2017 and was intended to be released in fall 2018, but then got delayed twice to January the following year. And the studio that picked up the rights, Aviron Pictures, realized how much of a stinker they had in their hands, and decided to drop all of its marketing efforts and only show TV spots and advertisements in the late hours when most people wouldn't be watching TV, and many of the press junkets the actors are going to be on were suddenly limited a lot by the studio. Not to mention the film's production caused a scandal in Mauritius, the African island where the film was shot, when the Prime Minister shelled 200 million rupees, equivalent to 6 million USD. It was nominated for 2 Razzies, all culminating in an underperforming box office, and now it's been shoved into obscurity, but has slowly started getting a cult following, and will probably grow more in the future. But with the film just passing its 2-year anniversary of being released in theaters at the time of recording, why not delve into the insanity that is Serenity 2019? Let's not waste any more time and get into it.
The movie tastes good if it smells good.
So we start seeing a shot of this boy as we zoom in on his eye that fades into the ocean as the camera pans up to this boat, looking like a ski resort ad, and then we get our title card as we zoom in on a fishing boat and we cut to 2 old guys napping on the back of the boat. Very exciting stuff. Then we see Matthew McConaughey as Baker Dill. Yes, that's his real name. I know, it sounds like a rejected character from Clue or, you know, a deadbeat food mascot. And his partner Duke, played by Djimon Hounsou, looking for what they call the Beast.
I have a challenge for all of you. Go to every computer in your house, your mom's, your dad's, your sister, your brother's computer, and install Honey.
No, not you. Stop selling me Honey, goddammit. It's a fish. So we see this fish get caught on the hook of this fishing rod as Baker grabs her eyes as 2 paying customers want to have it because they paid $700 for the opportunity to.
Sir, we paid you $700 for this.
Dad, you stopped his hook. Get out the chair and give the men the rod.
So what does Baker do in response?
No. Oh, man. Shut the fuck up, the both of you.
Trust me, it gets a lot crazier from here. So then Baker tries as hard as to hold into the reel of this fish. Meanwhile, these dudes are just chilling in the back. Yeah, because that's what I would do if I just got threatened by a hunting knife by a man named Dill Pickle. I mean, Baker Dill. You see how stupid that name is? That's not a fish, that's more like a baby orca. Meanwhile, Baker thinks he's got the fish, but it ends up tricking him and Duke as it runs away, and they don't get paid.
You think we're gonna pay you a fucking single dollar for this fiasco? You're out of your fucking mind.
Didn't you say you already paid them in the past tense?
Paid you $700 plus gas.
Makes sense, movie. Then we see a mysterious man in a suit with a briefcase, watching Baker drive his boat, Serenity. Yes, that's what the title of the movie's based off of. As he takes off his shoes and starts walking in the water, then we hard cut to Baker and Duke getting back on the island they live at, Plymouth Island. But Duke complaining that their business is low and he's not getting paid, with Baker reassuring him that he will. Then it cuts to this. All three of these scenes are stacked next to each other and only encompass 1 minute of the film. And that's just a sample size for how insane this film is. So it's implied, actually stated, that Baker has sex with his woman Constance with Diane Lane, who's constantly, no pun intended, looking for a cat.
How dare old Joe feed my cat?
For money to pay off his boat, because as McConaughey says,
Baker Dill, you're no more than a hooker.
Hooker who can't afford hooks.
you know that the screenwriter really patted himself on the back with that line. Then we get to a random scene in the bar in which we get more talk about this fish and what Baker's named it.
His name's Justice.
Okay, Batman.
Max, what do you want for dinner?
Justice.
Then we cut to a brief scene of Baker giving Duke his pay and asking him to go on another trip tomorrow. Then we cut back to his house, which is literally a shipping container on the cliffside, as we get to his son supposedly in a brief flashback scene, before we wake up the next morning as Baker drives to his boat as he listens to the radio, telling McConaughey to get that damn fish.
A perfect day to go out there on the ocean and catch that damn fish.
As we see the same weird man in his suit from earlier riding on the bus alone, staring at Baker as he rushes to his boat. Who's honking at him? There's nobody there. Alright, let me just take a breather from the plot and just look back and just see how insane this plot already is. We're only 15 minutes in. No scene outside the opening has been more than a minute long, and most of the scenes have nothing to do with each other. You got fishing, sex scenes, a man stalking Baker, flashbacks, sound effects that make absolutely no sense. What is this movie? So we get to Baker and Duke going back into the ocean, not catching a fish, so McConaughey gets confusingly upset at Duke.
You know what? Maybe it's about fucking luck. Huh? Maybe you're bringing me bad luck, Duke. Ever since your wife died, we ain't caught jack shit.
Yo! Hold up! Time out! Time out! Y'all take a chill. You need to cool that shit out.
What? Even if you're frustrated, what? Why? Weren't you the one that insisted that he show up with you? Anyways, we cut to the next scene with Baker showing up at the bar again, as the bartender is trying to give him connections to help him out mentally, because he's not necessarily in the best place right now. But then out of thin air, a person from Baker's past shows up.
I'll get that.
Okay, what kind of transition is this? That looks like it would have fit in a mid-2000s rom-com trailer. And what are those pixie dust sound effects? Even the line delivery is off. Am I watching an SNL parody? Anyways, this woman is Karen Zarikaz? You know what, this last name's a lost cause. I'm just gonna call her blonde woman played by Anne Hathaway, who speaks like she's in Casablanca.
Good to see you, John.
So Karen and Baker go to chat on his boat, where it's revealed that Baker Dill is not McConaughey's real name, but John Mason.
And had his photo taken with it, and he said that there was this guy in the shot who looked just like John Mason. Only he said the guy was calling himself Baker Dill.
Okay, but how do you go from John Mason to Baker Dill? Like, what's that conclusion? It's like if I rename myself Bandersnatch Cucumber Patch because I like Sherlock and cucumbers. It's also revealed that Karen is John's ex-wife, and that she is scared for their son in the hands of her new husband, who has become abusive and growing in power. So she offers John to get her husband on his boat, drive him out, and then kill him for $10 million in return. But he politely tells her to
Get the fuck off my boat.
as the man in the suit tries to chase after John, but he misses him narrowly.
Mr. Baker Dill! Can I speak to you a moment? Mr. Dill! I just need a few minutes of your time.
Okay, so I'm really confused here. Previously in this movie, he's been shown to be like this creepy stalker guy that's gone after McConaughey, and now he's acting like Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker trying to catch her to a bus. Where's the consistency in this guy?
Ma'am, do you know the captain of that boat?
Why didn't you just run up to her instead of just standing there, Artemis Fowl? Then we cut to the next scene of John going back to his house as Constance is there waiting for him to ask about Karen. But instead of asking her questions, John decides to strip butt naked and jump off the cliffside to take a shower. As one does. What's with all these digital pans? Is Professor X having a seizure again? As John jumps in the ocean, as we get a weird moment of him swimming and seeing his son underwater. But then it gets to both the kid and John waking up, possibly hinting at some sort of connection. And not just in the bloodline. Then we get to our main villain of the film, the evil, abusive stepfather Frank, played by Jason Clarke, as he scares Karen because he wasn't supposed to arrive at the island for another day, as he starts examining her body and sees a scratch. And just because of that, he gets out his belt. So then we see John go to his boat as Frank and Karen are there waiting for him, wanting to go in the boat with him. But John is very stubborn about this.
54, 70, 73, and a 56 pounds.
Your proficiency's not all to the regulations.
proficiency. Jesus, he talks like a fucking college professor.
And you sound like a wannabe Scorsese gangster. Why does everyone in this film talks like it's the 40s? So Frank offers him dough, but John still refuses, not wanting to do Karen's dirty work as he drives off yet again. And guess who shows up? This guy really needs his own laugh track.
Mr. Dow!
So then Duke shows back up when Frank offers John 10 grand to go on the boat with him, and because they need the money, John reluctantly agrees, but still doesn't want to kill Frank. As Karen tries to guilt trip him into killing Frank, and then she says this.
He hears you through his computer screen.
So then Duke, John, and Frank head out into the ocean as John spots a bird that we've seen multiple times before, which has some sort of importance in the story, but what could that be? Well, never mind about that because the three of them start making small talk.
Maybe we should throw out some bait. Huh? Come on, let's fucking chum the waters.
So then Frank starts talking about his stepson and how he stares at his computer all day, playing a game where you just catch fish all day.
One day I grab him, I throw him off his chair. I want to see what he's doing. You know, I'm thinking whatever, porn, ninjas, stealing cars. You know what this little fucking retard's doing? Catching fish.
Then the shark catches on the fishing lines as John plans to let him go because it's a shark, but Frank insists on keeping it and is yanked by the Sharknado reject, but it's still alive when the boat rides to shore, and they get the shark as well.
Hey, baby! You see what Daddy caught? Big fucking shark.
Karen is desperate for John to kill Frank, but he still says no. That is until they meet again and do some lovey-dovey, and then he agrees to kill Frank, but for his son. Then he arrives home only to see the mysterious man at his doorstep as they finally meet and have a chat.
Can I get you something?
Bigger hands.
What's that?
Bigger hands. Whenever I'm around fishermen, I wish I had bigger hands.
Now listen, man. What the fuck do you want?
Yeah, come on, this isn't a Tarantino movie, get to the point. So the mysterious man, whose name is Reed, tries to sell John a fish finder so he can catch the special fish. But when he spills the beans that he knows that John is planning to kill Frank tomorrow, and is persistent that he doesn't, that we've heard before in this film.
Mr. Dill, please just decide to catch the fish. Don't kill that man.
It's revealed that this entire movie is actually taking place in the game that John's son has made using his devices in his bedroom, and Reed doesn't want John to kill Frank because of the rules of the game are that nobody dies. But it's not a change to the rules.
If you have to kill me, then kill me. But I am just playing my part in the game.
Good fucking game.
This game. Did you get it? Someone made the whole thing up. All of this.
I got no words, apart from, it's the strangest video game adaptation I've seen in my life. But then again, it does explain why it's so bad. Monkey! So John wakes up and realizes fully, after looking at a couple maps, that he wasn't dreaming and that he's in the actual game. So you've had these maps for presumably years and you've never realized that you're the only island on the face of the earth?
It is no matter. It's not on the elemental chart. It's not fucking real.
Okay. As he tries to make it to his boat, various people try to stop him and try to persuade him to catch the fish instead.
My mom said you had a job for me. Quit my job pumping gas in Miami.
Dill, will you have yourself a good day now and do what's right, okay?
And what's that?
Go catch that fish, Dill.
Alright. I'll do it myself. Okay. Oh shit. Meanwhile, McConaughey slowly goes more and more insane because he's realizing what movie he's in. As we see John's son planning to kill his stepfather, as Karen wakes up and sees her husband bloodied and beaten in the bathroom, as it's revealed that Duke paid some guys to beat up Frank to save John, as he gets frustrated that he doesn't get to kill Frank.
The movie tastes good. It smells good.
Then he gets drunk on rum like Jack Sparrow, and then starts stumbling through the cornfields, as Karen fixes Frank's wounds, like there's no hospital or clinic on his island. Oh come on kid, you couldn't have programmed that on your $5 million PC with your 36,000 horsepower engine with no cooling system? As John and Reed have an intellectual conversation at the edge of the island, drinking rum as McConaughey starts laughing.
How the fuck did you know I was here?
Oh, come on. In Plymouth, everybody knows everything.
So Karen manages to get Frank on John's boat, as he plans on killing him once and for all, but then Constance's son, who was mentioned earlier and we also saw him in one scene prior, shows up like a sitcom character to bring John good luck, apparently.
Captain Famous Fish, of course.
As he plans to catch a fish he saws on in front of the entire film.
You're fucking mine, baby.
You're seriously going to catch a fish. Now!
Man's got his priorities. Concurrently to this, we see John's son planning to kill his stepfather, and when John gives the rod to Frank, he flies and drowns in the ocean. Simply that John's son killed his stepfather in real life, not just in the game.
Don't let go, baby! Don't let go!
He's yours now. And you're his.
That's how much fucked fish.
As we zoom out of the computer screen, we see pictures of John's family and hearing the news report about his son's murder, and that John died in the Iraq War over a decade ago.
Patrick's mother, Karen Zariakis, claims she and her son had been the victims of domestic violence for many years. She claims Patrick acted in self-defense and to protect his mother during a drunken assault.
That's cool and all, but I mean, come on, who organizes their games like that? That is the devil incarnate. Then we see Karen give John his money as they say goodbye, and John gets a call from his son as they talk about meeting and fishing together.
We can go somewhere. Anywhere we want, huh?
Yeah. We'll go somewhere.
Yeah.
We'll go fishing.
Okay. I'll meet you at the boat.
That kid's going to the mental institution. As John's son says he's gonna change the game, as the world around John begins to deconstruct around him. Hey bro, watch out, don't get a paper cut. I'm gonna tell my kids this is WandaVision. As John's son, after being released in a police station, goes back to reprogram himself in his own game, as John and his son embrace each other in their arms, and right away in their boat as credits roll. Find your location at beaches.com. Serenity is definitely a movie, alright?
You don't read many like this.
You're damn right, McConaughey. Serenity is a baffling compilation of bizarre ideas clashing together to try to stick to some sort of narrative, but as you can tell, everything just falls apart at the seams. The acting is solid for the most part. I love the cinematography on display, and there are hints, shadows of greatness in here. That does remind me of stuff like The Truman Show or WandaVision, but the execution here is just dreck. Like the whole concept of this 13-year-old having the coding skills and tech necessary to make his own Sims game set on this island is just absurd, and the film outside of that is just full of weird characters that mostly don't do anything substantial in the plot. The dialogue isn't very well written. The script has so many holes you can drive a truck through them. It has weird camera movements, a waste of so many good resources, but as if I will remember how batshit insane it is, and there are no other films like it.
The movie tastes good if it smells good.
Sorry, McConaughey. It smells like hot garbage. But enjoyable garbage nonetheless. Especially with McConaughey giving one of his craziest performances yet, and I've seen this dude go wild. But I'm glad I watched this, and if you enjoyed this review, make sure to share this movie with your friends, especially since it's free on Amazon Prime at the moment. But I'm enough of a sucker to own this on Blu-ray because I don't know.
I would imagine you get offered a lot of scripts. What was it about this script that said, oh yeah, I'm doing this one?
But anyways, what do you guys think about Serenity? Leave your thoughts down in the comments, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. I'm CBMF Productions, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. And catch that damn fish.